You get those seats for the year. And third place is some CDs, some used CDs. It's for the smartest person in the room, the almost smartest person in the room, and the not quite smartest person in the room. But they're still pretty smart because they got to the final three. But you only get to choose 3 used CDs. Can't be giving you all our used CDs. What do you think this is, right? Our budget's not over the top like that. Don't forget the tip jar. It's going to be matched by somebody who's got a bunch of money, and it will split it between the Marsh and Bob, the executive producer, myself, and we have a couple of dollars to buy some groceries because I'm hungry now. You need to know that, okay? As I go through the questions, I'll ask you who got it right. What we see it on the screen is presented the final poll, so we'll just keep moving right through that. I think you need to know that if you're eliminated in this game, there isn't a third game, but come back next week because we're going to do it again. And at some point, we might switch it up and play a different game on a Friday. Because whichever one we end up being, the best game is what we'll be showing to some executive producers who have worked on A Millionaire, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, as well as $100,000 Pyramid. So this is the ground workout for shows that will be moving on later, okay? Okay, so it's time to get the game started. Everyone, please focus and zone in because I'm going to start the game now. Gah, 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 gah. What happened to that theme music? Gah, 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 gah. Don't turn it on now, though. Okay, enough of that. Okay, here's the first question. I'm going to start easy, and then it's going to get hard, okay? First question. The Golden State Warriors have players on their team named A, Percy, Saren Vance, and Ephraim, B, Steph, Clay, and Draymond, or C, Ray, Vice, and Pookie? Answer that question. Is it A, Percy, Saren Vance, and Ephraim, or B, Steph, Clay, Draymond, C, Ray, Vice, and Pookie? And you can answer that. The poll results will shoot up fairly quickly here. Send your answers to the poll, please. That comes up on your screen. Bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 da can 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 bum 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 bum. Bum 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 can can can. Okay, everybody got their answer in? Okay. I'm going to keep it moving. Rather than going A, B, C, who raised their hand, it's B, Steph, Clay, Draymond, and 100% of the people in the room got it right. So we're going to keep it moving right away. Okay, number 2. Next question. The television show Bonanza was set on A, a ranch, B, a baseball field, or C, a lottery headquarters. The television show Bonanza was set on A, a ranch, a baseball field, or a lottery headquarters, which is C. The poll should be coming up pretty fast on that one. Everybody's old enough in the room to know that, right? 30 seconds to vote, folks, to get those answers in pretty fast. Let's give them a little leeway on that. 30 seconds can be pretty quick on those tougher questions. So let's leave some breathing room there. But on these easy ones, you should be hopping right on these fast. Don't wait, go get a beer and come back and answer the question. Answer it now, okay? And the poll results should be coming up shortly. On the television show Bonanza was set on, okay, I'm gonna go through it. Who thought A, ranch? Raise your hand. B, baseball field, raise your hand. And C, a lottery headquarters. I think somebody's trying to be funny and just kick themselves out of the game. But maybe not, because Bonanza sounds like it'd be, but the correct answer is A, a ranch. Bonanza. Doom digga doom digga doom digga doom digga doom doom. Doom digga doom digga doom digga doom doom digga doom doom doom. Doom digga doom digga doom digga doom digga doom doom. Doom digga doom digga doom digga doom doom digga doom doom doom. How did I get? Okay, something happened. I got locked out. I am locked out of the room.
Uh-oh.
I got locked out of the room.
Well, we can hear you. We can hear you, Don.
You can?
We can hear you. We can't see you, but we can hear you. Everyone who can hear Don, put up your thumbs.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
I'm back. I don't know how that happened. And it could happen again. Welcome. Okay, check this out. Next question. Who said, I guess I should have known? Are you ready? I'll sing it for you. Guess I should have known by the way you parked your car sideways that wouldn't last. Ooh. Was it A, Elvis, B, Prince, or Mario Andretti? Who said, I guess I should have known by the way you parked your car sideways that it wouldn't last? Was it Elvis, A, Elvis, B, Prince, or C, Mario Andretti? Answer quickly. Put it on the poll, put it on the poll. I guess I should have known by the way you parked your car sideways that it wouldn't last. Baby. Here's a hint. Baby, 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 there's something wrong with me. I should be getting hints on easy questions, but there you go. Too late now. Okay. And the poll coming up. Boom. Raise your hand if you picked A, Elvis. Hands up if you picked B, Prince, or C, Mario Andretti. Somebody had to be trying to be funny on that one, I'm thinking. Or maybe they thought so. 86.5 of you picked the correct answer, B, Prince. And honey, I said, little red Corvette. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Little red Corvette. That's a line from there, okay? Moving on to the next question. Listen closely. The DreamWorks Activision video game, Shrek Super Slam, in which all characters are fighting in a make-believe kingdom, had the tagline, Shrek Super Slam, kick some fairy tale. Who wrote that line? A, Jeffrey Katzenberg, B, Jimmy Fallon, or C, me, Don Reed? Who wrote Shrek Super Slam, kick some fairy tale? As the world made fun of fairy tales and they're fighting in the game, who thought of that tagline? Who wrote that line? Shrek Super Slam, kick some fairy tale. A, Jeffrey Katzenberg, B, Jimmy Fallon, or C, Don Reed? Honey, I said, lyrical that. That's an old question. Sorry, I'm singing a song still. Sorry, I'm still singing a question from an old question song. There we go. Okay, poll should be coming up shortly. Is anybody stumped? Are you confused? Ooh, this maybe should have been a later question. Okay, it says, A, Jeffrey Katzenberg. Raise your hand if you pick Jeffrey Katzenberg. B, if you pick Jimmy Fallon. B, if you pick Jimmy Fallon. Or C, if you pick Don Reed. Raise your hand, raise your hand. Oddly enough, chopping off a ton of people because the correct answer is C, Don Reed. I wrote that line. I've been involved in entertainment advertising for years, and I created that line for DreamWorks Activision game, Shrek Super Slam. Kick some fairy tale. Another line was knock someone far, far away. So that took out a lot of people. Wow. That took out a lot of people. Bob, executive producer, we should have had that question later. It's like a trick question. They think it's probably a joke. But the correct answer is C, Don Reed. Wow. Got to be careful here. Thought it was easy. Yeah, it was not easy. Should we consider keeping people in? Hold on, folks. I'm gonna.
You know, Don, it was easy for you to answer.
Right, I'm gonna confer with the back room. Should we keep everybody in on that question? I think maybe, perhaps. How do people feel about that? How many people think?
I think you should leave everyone in, Don. Okay. Everyone deserves to be in because now they know an important fact about you that they didn't know before.
Okay, I think that's what we should do. It's tougher. It's actually kind of a trick question. Okay, so yay, you're all in, everybody, you're all in, okay? You're all in because you maybe didn't think I did that for a living, but I did. Second chances. Ooh, ooh. Okay, here we go. Amy, hi, Amy Zins. Okay, so the next question, and I can't be given too many breaks after this. That's the one break you get, all right? Here we go. George Washington's likeness is on which two pieces of U.S. money? George Washington's likeness is on which two pieces of U.S. money? A, the dollar and the nickel, B, dollar and the quarter, or C, dollar and the dime? Which one? Which two, rather? Which two? George Washington's likeness is on which two pieces of U.S. money? A, dollar and the nickel, B, dollar and the quarter, or C, dollar and the dime? This is supposed to be the end of the easy questions, although the Shrek Super Slam question wasn't easy after all, was it? That's trauma. Right? Okay. The poll should be coming up shortly for the answer on that. Okay. Raise your hand if you picked A, dollar and the nickel. Make some noise if you picked B, the dollar and the quarter, or C, dollar and the dime. And the correct answer is B, dollar and the quarter. Washington's likeness is on the dollar and the quarter. Folks who pick A and C, now you've got to make yourself ineligible. Got to hold it on this one because we got to chop them down. Okay, folks. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're moving on. This one's kind of tough. It involves candy. Here we go. Which of these candies was the first to be introduced to America? Which of these candies was the first to be introduced to America? A, Milk Duds, B, Hershey's Kisses, or C, Raisinets? All right. Which of these candies was the first to be introduced? A, Milk Duds, B, Hershey's Kisses, or C, Raisinets? This is supposed to be a medium level question. What do you guys think? Coming up shortly. Honey, is there a poll up there yet? Bing, 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 boom, boom, boom. Okay, we have the answers now. Here we go. Raise your hand if you picked A, Milk Duds. Make some noise if you picked B, Hershey's Kisses, or C, Raisinets. The correct answer is B, Hershey's Kisses. Hershey's Kisses was the first to be introduced. And I took off a chunk of people. Yes, it did. And we're moving on. Okay. Let's see here now. This one's gonna be real close. Here's to give you a little bit of hint. I'm trying to tell you a story, okay? Okay? Bertie Mac's real last name. I'm realizing, executive producer Bob, this is tougher than expected. I can feel it already. Bertie Mac's real last name is A, McIntosh, B, McCullough, or C, McBride. Bernie Mac's real last name is A, McIntosh, B, McCullough, or C, McBride. I'm wondering. Bernie Mac's real last name is A, McIntosh, B, McCullough, or C, McBride. I'm gonna tell you a story. Some milk and cookies. I ain't got no milk and cookies. Okay. A, make some noise if you picked A, McIntosh. Raise your hand if you picked B, McCullough. C, McBride, raise your hand. The correct answer is B, McCullough. Whoa! and we lost 55% of McBride and 16% of the audience on Macintosh. That wiped out a bunch of people. Bob, I told you that was a hard ass question, okay? We have knocked the people out and we're down on B to McCullough. B McCullough is a correct question. If you not get that right, roll back. Woo! That wiped a bunch of people out. Okay, here we go. A ton of people got it right, obviously, because 55% got it wrong. Okay, so moving forward. Those who didn't answer, don't answer, but keep watching. Please keep watching. And we're moving on now. What's the scientific name for the muscles on the sides of the human body above your waist? What's the scientific name for the muscles on the sides of the human body above your waist? A, peripheral latimus. B, external obliques. C, extensus precipitatus. What's the scientific name for the muscles on the side of the human body above your waist? Peripheral latimus, external obliques, extensus precipitatus. I'm thinking this might have been more than a medium too, Bob. We got to check on these questions, the difficulty factors. Yeah, I know we're medium, but that's a hard question. I think that's going to bump some people out of the mix, out of the mix, out of the mix. Okay. If you said A, peripheral latimus, raise your hand, raise your hand. You picked external obliques, B, make some noise. Or if you pick C, extensus precipitatus, raise your hand. The correct answer is B, external obliques. B, external obliques. A lot of people picked it right, so a lot of people are still in the game. Please flash up how many people are still in the game after that. Okay, you don't have to leave the game. You get to stay and watch. So I wonder if you can still find out who's still in the mix, okay? You don't have to leave if you don't get it right, okay? External obliques, you can just watch. Okay, men seldom make passes at girls who wear glasses was written by A, Dorothy Parker, B, Emma Thompson, or C, Carrie Fisher. Men seldom make passes at girls who wear glasses was written by A, Dorothy Parker, B, Emma Thompson, or C, Carrie Fisher. Who wrote that? Classic line. Oop. Shouldn't have said classic. Okay. Yeah, I think that just messed that up. I just damn near gave away the answer. See, people, we learn. Okay, so A, Dorothy Parker, raise your hand, raise your hand. If you pick B, Emma Thompson, raise your hand, raise your hand. And C, Carrie Fisher, make some noise. Well, the correct answer is A, Dorothy Parker wrote that line. And 57% of you got it right. But a chunk of people got knocked off with Carrie Fisher and some more with Emma Thompson. The rest who got it right, we're moving forward. The rest, keep watching, but don't answer. Don't answer, please.
So, Dom, we're down to 4 people.
We're down to 4 people now?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Yeah, thanks. Okay, I'm going to do a jump. Okay, that's going to be tough. I'm trying to figure something out here. Yeah, I'm going to jump to a hard one. Okay, you guys ready for this? I'm going to go this way first. Okay, here we go. What country was blackjack, or some people call it 21? What country was blackjack or 21 invented in? Was it A, France, B, Spain, or C, the United States?
Hey, Don, what question number is that?
Number 16. Jump down to 16.
Thank you.
What country was blackjack, some people call it 21, invented in? A, France, B, Spain, C, United States. Which country? There's only 4 people in the mix. If you all get it right, then we'll jump. I'm gonna get it down to 2. Yeah, honey, I said. What was that 16 you wrote there? Okay, so if you pick France, A, raise your hand, raise your hand. B, Spain. C, United States. We got to do something fancy and clever here because the correct answer is B, Spain. And no one chose Spain. So everybody is still in the game. All those 4 people who we're down to, the 4 people we're down to, you're still in the game because no one got that right. The correct answer was B, Spain. Wow, that was funny, right?
We got a new situation. Each question, a new situation.
Yeah, but that's still, we're down to 4, correct?
Yes, we have 4 people.
Okay, I'm gonna skip to question 18. That's the number. You people at home, you don't know what that means. But here is the question, okay? Are we ready? You 4, you know who you are. Another word for boredom is A, boredom, spelled B-O-R-D-A-U-M-E, question 17. B, ennui, or C, somnotia. Another word for boredom is A, boredom, B, ennui, or C, somnotia. And who picked A, boredom? Raise your hand, raise your hand. B, ennui, or who picked C, somnotia? The correct answer is ennui. Ennui. That is the correct answer. How many people are we down to now?
We have 3 people. 3 people picked ennui.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask another question before we go to the rapid fire round. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask one more question and try to get it down to 2. Okay? I thought it was 18. I'm going to go try to get it down to 2. Are you guys ready? You 3 people that are left? Here we go. What year did the first Taco Bell open? Sounds like a fun question, but it's hard. What year did the first Taco Bell open? A, 1962, B, 1964, or C, 1965? What year did the first Taco Bell open? 1962, 1964, 1965? Whoever's left from this poll result will go into the final rapid fire round. And if necessary, lock it.
I'm waiting on one more vote.
Okay. Waiting on one more vote. Hopefully it's 2 and it'll make it easy. If not, okay. And it says here that raise your hand if you pick 1962, A. Make some noise if B, you pick 1964. And make some noise C if you pick 1965. Although all 3 were chosen, A, B, and C, the correct answer is A, 1962. A, 1962. Does that mean we have
That's perfect. You have 2 people left now. Perfect, perfect.
Are you sure?
Well, that's what it says in the poll.
Okay. Keep your hand raised if you picked 1962, because you'll be in third place, whoever picked that third one, okay? We're going to move now to the rapid fire round, and this is going to be kind of tough. So we're going to have to get some leeway on time. This is not going to be a quick 30-second situation, because you got to really think about this. I know you wish we were doing the, and please establish who the final 2 are in the back room there as I discuss this. I know we wish it could have been the before and after 1800, but it's not that. It's a different area. It's tough. So I have to give you time on this. And who are those final 2? Do we have their names? And we unmute them, please?
So 1962 is the correct answer, right?
1962.
Okay. So whoever picked 1962.
And can you virtually raise your hand if you're one of the final 2? Just go over to.
Is Jeanette is one? Jeanette is one. Who's
More.
the second? Who's the second person? Who's raising? Wave if you're the second person.
Jeanette
is one. Who's number 2? Who picked 1962? If you could turn your video on or turn your audio on if you don't want to have your video on. Unmute yourself.
Type into chat if you need to, let us know, or you can turn on your video.
Can you
get this next person in here?
Is it Michelle again?
That would be cool. Pretty smart. Jeanette and who else?
No, it's not.
Not me.
It's not Michelle. Who is that second person besides Jeanette?
Okay, I'm gonna start explaining it now. So as that person's getting in the game. Okay, so here is what we're gonna do. It'll be the #1 Nielsen show, the top Nielsen show since 1970, like the biggest TV shows of any genre since 1970. Okay, so you're gonna be calling out shows one after another until we eliminate. I think we're gonna go through 5. It'll be best of 5. Best of 5 top Nielsen rated shows since 1970. And #1, that's confusing to add that other factor, was the #1 show. If you're a second player, please unmute yourself. If you don't unmute yourself, we have to go to the third place person pretty soon, because you're holding up the game. And people are going like, what are we doing?
Well,
Where
we
are
have
you?
the third and fourth because there were 2 wrongs and they both were wrong.
And 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Right. So one person picked 1964 and one person picked 1965.
Right. So the one closest to it is the one who's in third place.
Maybe that person just got camera shy all of a sudden. So maybe we should ask another question to our final 4 or 3 to see if we can get it back down to 2.
Okay, that's what we're going to try to do. We now have 5 host people. Are you noticing that? Are you aware of that? Okay. Here we go. So now this question is asked, listen closely, of the one who was clearly already in the finals and who answered number 3 and 4 in the previous question, because we were down to 3 people at that point, correct? Okay. So those 3 people are who are playing. Know who you are. The question is, which of these iconic toys was introduced first? A, the Frisbee, B, Ant Farm, or C, hula hoop? Which of these iconic toys was introduced first? This is question number 19 back there in the backfield. Which of these iconic toys was introduced first? A, Frisbee, B, Ant Farm, or C, hula hoop? hopefully we get 2 to move on to that Nielsen round. Top show since 1970. Top shows later. Right now, which of these iconic toys was introduced first? A, the Frisbee, B, Ant Farm, C, Hula Hoop. The poll result. And now things get really fascinating because A, Frisbee, raise your hand. B, Ant Farm, make some noise. C, Hula Hoop. Everybody picked C, Hula Hoop, and everybody was wrong. What do you know about that? What do you know about that? Everybody picked C, and now all 3 are still in. All 3 are still in. Stay here, stay here. I have another question for you. We're prepared for you, okay?
But what's the answer?
It was Ant Farm.
That's what I would have picked.
But you're not in the game.
That's true.
And it was in 1956. 1956 was when Ant Farm and Hula Hoop came out in 1963. Okay? As for now, bouncing back. Here we go. See if you know this. That's also a TV question too, Bob. I'm wondering about that. And so I'm going to go with this because we don't want to do dual TV for the final round. Here we go. Next question. The all-time hottest temperature in Las Vegas, Nevada was? Question number 12. The all-time hottest temperature in Las Vegas was A, 117 degrees, B, 115 degrees, or C, 118 degrees. Those 3 who are still in the game, answer now. All-time hottest temperature in Las Vegas. You know, and raise your hand and keep it up until they can see it inside the digital room there.
Yeah.
I used to.
There's more places.
What's that? I performed in Vegas, and it was always I was always surprised that the hotels, even though it was 100+ degrees, they would still have the tennis courts open. They would still have the tennis courts open. I mean, who's going to be playing tennis in 100-degree heat? I saw a couple playing tennis. The husband served, the wife returned, they burst into flames. There's no reason to be out there. Okay, here we go. Here we're going to go with the, let me view this poll cast. Raise your hand, raise your hand. If you said A, 117, raise your hand, B, 115, and C, 118. Okay? The correct answer is A, 117. That means one person got it right. Now we need to confer with their judges and executive producers. Do we bring a person over from the 2? Do we have a face-off between those 2 to bring in a final round? Or do we allow the one person who got that correct to be the winner?
So do you think if the person wasn't Jeanette, because she won the original one and it wasn't her fault, nobody else piped up, maybe if it wasn't Jeanette that got the 117, then you could do the quick
I think
question.
Jeanette got that one correct too.
No, she didn't.
Oh, she didn't? Okay, so it's Jeanette who previously won, and
Right.
the person who won got it right. So those will be the 2. Are we ready? It's Jeanette and who?
Maybe it's the same person that got it right before.
I don't know what that means. Okay, Jeanette, it's Jeanette and who are the final 2 people? Because we're bringing Jeanette over. The one person who got the last question correct, that's who the other person is. Rebecca. So it's Rebecca versus Jeanette. Correct? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can you please unmute those 2 people so we can join in?
They're already unmuted.
Okay, so Rebecca and Jeanette, again, since 1970 and any year right up to now, Rebecca versus Jeanette, name top shows, the number one Nielsen shows for the years, any year since 1970. And I will go first with, since Jeanette had won that other area, I'll go with Jeanette first. Jeanette, name any top number one show since the 70s.
Am I just naming one show?
You just name one, and then
Okay,
we'll see if the competitor,
okay. Bonanza.
not Bonanza, but we're going to do like a best of 5, okay? And that's not helpful. That'll be kind of confusing, executive producer. Just number one show since the 1970s, number one. They wouldn't know that other nuance. That's too intricate, exec producer. And so, next, what is that other name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. So Rebecca, top Nielsen shows since 1970. Name any show, big show. Might be one of your favorites.
The Partridge Family.
Not yet.
No.
So the energy thickens. The energy thickens. Nope. Okay, back to Jeanette. Top shows since 1970s. You don't have to go in the 1970s. You can go to now. You can go to 2000, 2002.
Oh, I see.
What's that?
I understand
Yeah.
now. I had it wrong.
Okay, 60 Minutes.
Correct. Ding, 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 ding. That's one of the shows, but we're gonna try and balance it out to see who gets like the most. Okay. And now we're gonna go back to, I keep forgetting her name. It's not on the screen. We don't have
Rebecca.
that kind of technology. What's that?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Easy to remember now. Rebecca, are you ready?
MASH?
No, unfortunately not MASH.
Oh
And that's
boy.
something
Okay.
in rehearsals they asked me, and I said MASH for sure because it's one of the, but it was not the number one.
I'm
one of the-
surprised by that.
So am I. So am I. It was for the season. They were not the number one show. We're at the end of the season. Okay. So, and now we want to give some more chances. So we go back to Jeanette, and then between Jeanette's next answer and Rebecca's next answer, I think that should even it out and make it fair. If we need to go an additional question, we'll do so. But we're back to Jeanette. Name, top Nielsen show since 1970. Remember, that's the why. Say it again.
The Simpsons.
No. Unfortunately not. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Okay. Flipping back to Rebecca. Rebecca, I think if you get this one incorrect, the winner's going to be Jeanette. So think from 1974 into the heydays of television to the times when the 80s and 90s when shows were hot. Number one shows.
I'm freezing for some reason.
So did I.
I think there's so many. Give me a second.
Okay, you think about it. People remember.
Since the 70s, after the 70s.
So in your mind, you're going after the 70s?
I keep going to 70s. I know that's wrong.
That's good. You can go, you're supposed to go after the 70s. After the 80s, you can go after the 90s. Big shows.
Uh,
And if you don't get this correct, the winner will be Jeanette.
I understand.
And we
I'm
need,
freezing. Okay. I'm
need an
blanking.
answer. We need an answer.
I don't know why I can't think of anything.
Say anything. We need an answer right now. Or Jeanette will be the winner by default. 10, 9, 8,
Oh, boy.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. The winner, number 1, is Jeanette. Give her a big round of applause. Second place goes to Rebecca. Big round of
I
applause.
can't believe I froze. I can't believe I froze. I watch TV all the time.
And it's okay because next week we'll be here and you can win first place. But Jeanette has won the diamond package with RSVP tickets. Jeanette, congratulations.
Thank you.
She deserves it anyway. Because she won before.
And the person out there, I see some people are answering now that the doors are closed on it. Dallas would have been a good choice. I see it coming up on the screen. That would have been a good choice. Seinfeld, people are correct. Seinfeld as well.
Of course, Seinfeld,
Yeah,
of course.
People are shooting questions up like crazy. And they
Yeah.
are,
I know.
all
And of course, those are all shows I watch.
I couldn't take the pressure.
every one of
Couldn't
them
take the
are
pressure.
right. All of them. Okay, so, and who is our third place? Can someone please figure out for me who was in third place? And so first place, Jeanette, diamond package, RSVP. When the Cooties 19 is over, you and 2 guests go to the Marsh at themarsh.org to claim your prize. Also, you receive a 15-minute Zoom from yours truly. It could be a ton of people, or you could just be sad one day and say, Don, cheer me up for 15 minutes by myself. And I will. I'll cheer you up. You'll be, oh my God, I got a private show. This is kind of cool. Okay. And in third place, because first place was smartest person in the room. Second place, Rebecca, almost smartest person in the room. And then not quite smartest person in the room. But third place went to who?
I don't know who's got the third place.
But third place is the UCDs.
So
And they'll figure it
does
out.
anyone think they had the third place? You should wave your hand.
And you'll get 3 CDs. Don't think
you-
you're getting a whole bunch of our UCDs. We need them for later shows, okay? So folks, remember, yes, who played the Taco Bell question? That was down to the wire. Whoever played the Taco Bell question, they were in that 3, okay? People want to thank you. Please remember the tip jar. Please remember to give to the Marsh. I want to thank Stephanie. The Marsh presents the smartest person in the room. It was an interesting and challenging process, but we did it and it was pretty fun. We will look at it closer. We'll nick some knacks and flip some clips and make it even more fun and more exciting, more than likely more fast-paced as well, okay? So thank you guys for coming out. Please join us next week. We know who those winners are. Thanks for coming out. Hey, those 15-minute people, if you want to do it starting next Thursday, I'm down from there forward. And it's good for a year. So do it whenever you want, okay? Thank you guys so much. Stephanie, bye-bye. Thank
Goodbye.
Bob, executive producer, co-creator. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Come back next week and play again. There'll be different questions.
There'll be different questions.
Unfortunately.
There'll be different questions. Yes. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye, Carol Still. Amy Zims, bye-bye.
Ron Jones.
My name is Ananda Bena-Weber.
I'm Steve Budd.
Toby Malone.
I'm Margaret Gomez.
Roberta DeLois.
Fred Johnson.
I'm Maureen Langen.
I'm Lori Holt.
Hello, the world. My name is Igor Merson.
I finally had the courage to internet date.
They say that God has a plan.
Brown birds just shit all over us.
This is my 4th headstone.
Don Reed.
Gloria Rosen.
Margaret Dow.
My name is Kiki.
My name is Fred Pitts.
I'm Evan Kent.
Linda S. Muzak.
Mercily Jenkins.
Pearl Alm.
The orphanage was bleak.
I have reverse engineered the search for love.